Good morning. It's Thursday, September the 21st. I told you I might do another video today just to introduce you to Delilah. And Delilah is in the shop with me, as you can see. We had no incidences today. I was a good kitty mama today. So this is Delilah, little girl. Delilah's been with me for about 6 years, give or take. Is that about how long you've been with me? About 6 years, give or take. Maybe 6.5. And she was maybe about 6 months old when I got her. And we got her because we were down to 2 kitties and we wanted another kitty. And so we had contacted, well, actually, we weren't really sure we wanted another kitty. I think we had 3 at the time, come to think of it. So anyway, we had read an article online about someone who had seen a guy take a kitten and throw a kitten out of a truck window, moving truck window. So they had rescued the kitten, and then they called a local rescue, Heidi. I don't remember what her rescue's name was at the time, but they had called Heidi and said, "Hey, look, we saw this thing. We've got this cat," or something to that effect. So Heidi rescued the cat, who became named Nala, and the article was posted and it said something about adopting Nala. And so we had contacted, I'd called Heidi and said, "Hey, look, I know you don't know me. I saw this article I saw about Nala. We'd love to rescue another kitty." And she says, "Well, Nala's already taken care of, so, Nala's not really up for adoption." I said, "Okay, that's fine." I said, "Well, it would be kind of cool to adopt another cat." And she says, "Okay, well, here's how I do it." She says, "You tell me what kind of cat you're looking for, and I'll bring some cats out to you to meet you in your home and see how things go." And so I said, "Well, I want a calico and I want a girl, and So she brought out 2 dilute calicos. One was a long hair and one was a short hair. And then she brought out Delilah here, and I wasn't interested in Delilah because Delilah was a black and white kitty, and I wanted a calico because I wanted a calico. So I'm trying to get the attention of the 2 kitties, and they don't want anything to do with me. Delilah, however, came and sat down on the sofa next to me, put a paw on my thigh, and just waited for me to pay attention to her. And I petted her, and then she did this. And that's all. That's all. I mean, that's how I ended up with her. So Delilah's backstory is Delilah was found on a highway. And the lady who was driving saw what she thought was roadkill on the center line of the highway and was just, going to drive past it like you do all roadkill. And then the roadkill popped its head up and she saw the eyes. And she stopped her car quick, realized it was a kitten, and grabbed Delilah. And because she was listening to Delilah on the radio, that's how she got to be named. So Delilah, when she came to live with us then, because she didn't live with us the day that she was brought out to be introduced, she came back about a week or so later. The day that Delilah came out to live with us, there was another kitty that we had been looking at with Heidi that we thought would be a good kitty for us. And turn that down a little bit. But another family had taken her, and they had had her for about 24 hours. It was a little tiger striped cat. They'd had her for about 24 hours, and the kitty had not acclimated. Cats don't acclimate in 24 hours. So they gave her back. And Heidi had mentioned this because that kitty was one of our first choices, too. And I said, "I tell you what, the day you bring Delilah out," I said, "bring Beatrix out with you, too, and we'll take a look at her." She brought Beatrix and Delilah out on the same day. We took one look at Beatrix and said, "She'll be fine. We'll take care of her. Just leave her with us." And so she did. So we adopted 2 kitties on the same day, Delilah and Beatrix. And Delilah, what I quickly discovered about Delilah is Delilah makes a really good therapy cat. Delilah knows when things are not okay and will really snuggle up to people when they're not well. And sometimes it's not even an emotional thing. Sometimes there might be a physical illness and she just has a sense for it. So shortly after I got Delilah, I was taking her with me. I was working with a family that had a mom that had Alzheimer's, and so Delilah would go with me and she would work with the mom. And I would watch her bend down off the couch and go to pet her little doggie. Well, she had Alzheimer's. But she interacted with Delilah so much better than she interacted with people. So Delilah is a good little working cat, and I thought she'd be a nice addition to the shop once she settles in. She's still a lot nervous. Yesterday we had a bit of a traumatic event in the course of trying to get her here. But you can see how much she's like craving attention and everything. And she's like this when I get home at the end of the day. And that drives me nuts because all I want at the end of the day is to be left alone. And Delilah's just like, love me, you're home. And I just can't. It drives me crazy. So I thought if I brought her to the shop and she got some attention throughout the day, maybe at the end of the day, she won't be quite so needy. Won't be quite so needy. But she is a beautiful little friendly little cat, and she'd be happy to greet people eventually. You just got to get her settled in. Because she was hiding on me here for a little bit. I didn't know where she was. She was hiding. But I figured out where her hiding place is. She's not going to hide anymore. I'll know now. Got your jelly beans. Got your jelly beans. So this is Delilah. I promised I'd introduce her to you. And there she is. So swing by the shop sometime and meet her if you get a chance. Yeah. So you guys have a good day. Bye from me. Bye from Delilah.